Hey, welcome. So today we're going to dive into a way of thinking about health that goes way beyond just, not being sick. It's called integral health, and it's all about seeing ourselves as whole, dynamic beings. So let's just jump right in with a big question. Seriously, what does it actually mean to be healthy? Is it just about your body working okay, not having a fever or a cough? Or is it something much deeper, something that feels more alive, more complete? As you're about to see, the real answer is pretty fascinating. I mean, just think about it for a second. When you feel truly good, what's going on? It's never just one thing, is it? It's that feeling you get after a good walk. It's laughing with friends. It's a clear mind. See, real health is this dynamic balancing act between every part of your life. And that brings us right to the heart of integral health. It's all about a dynamic equilibrium. Now, what that means is that health isn't some destination you arrive at. Nope. It's a constant, flowing state of balance between the physical, the energetic, the emotional, and even the spiritual parts of who you are. Okay, so to really get a grip on this idea of balance, we first need a kind of map of ourselves, a guide to our own inner architecture. We're about to explore a model that breaks us down into 4 distinct levels that are all woven together. So here it is, a kind of holistic blueprint of our inner world. Now, I know at first glance it might look a little complicated, but stick with me. The key idea here is that we're made of 4 interconnected bodies, or layers. Each one has its own job and its own connection to the world. Let's peel back each layer. All right, let's walk through this. Down at the base, you've got the physical body. That's the stuff you can touch. Next up is the etheric body. Think of this as your life force, your battery pack. Then you've got the astral body, which is the wild world of all your feelings and emotions. And at the top, the ego, or your I. That's your unique spark of self-awareness. Now here's the absolute key. They're all connected. You ever feel so anxious in your astral body that you get a literal stomachache in your physical body? See? An imbalance in one throws the whole system out of whack. So now that we have this map of who we are, let's talk about how our health actually gets built from the ground up. And just like building a house, it all, and I mean all, starts with the foundation. Now, this might sound a little wild, but the construction of your health didn't start the day you were born. It started at the moment of conception. The physical and, importantly, the emotional health of your parents at that very moment laid down the initial blueprint for your entire life of well-being. Our health really takes shape through these incredibly important early stages. During pregnancy, a mother's stress levels can literally shape the developing fetus. Then in early infancy, things like affection and bonding are absolutely critical for building a strong, resilient nervous system. And this whole foundational process keeps going for the first 21 years of life, as our body, our soul, and our sense of self slowly come into being. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how can things like stress or love have such a powerful physical effect that lasts a lifetime? Well, the answer is a fascinating field called epigenetics. It's basically the science of how our environment and our experiences can flip certain genes on or off, literally changing how our body reads our own DNA for the rest of our lives. It's incredible. So we've got this amazing complex system that's designed for health, but there's a villain in our story. A really powerful force that is constantly trying to knock us off balance. And that villain is stress. This leads us to such a crucial point. We tend to think illness is something that just happens suddenly, right? But it's almost never like that. It's usually the final stop on a long journey of losing our balance. The problem might start as a subtle emotional thing, years before any physical symptom ever shows up. And here's the biology behind it. Stress is not just a feeling in your head. It is a full-body hostile takeover. A single trigger, it could be a traffic jam, a work email, unleashes this massive chain reaction starting in your brain. This cascade floods your system, affecting your hormones, your immune system, your heart, everything. Now, when that stress response is short-lived, what we call acute, it's actually a lifesaver. It's the fight or flight that helps you heal a cut or fight off a bug. The real problem starts when that alarm system gets stuck in the on position. That leads to chronic, low-level inflammation, which is like a slow-burning fire that damages your body from the inside out. And just look at what that slow-burning fire can lead to. This is no small thing. Chronic inflammation is directly tied to a higher risk for pretty much every major disease we face today. We're talking heart disease, diabetes, depression, autoimmune conditions, and even dementia. Okay. That was the problem, and it's a big one. But now, let's talk about the solution.
If stress is what knocks us out of balance, what are the things that can bring us back? This is the path forward, the core pillars for a healthy life.
So what are these pillars? Well, there are 6 fundamental areas we can focus on to build ourselves back up and find that equilibrium. They are creating a healthy rhythm in our daily lives, prioritizing sleep, getting our nutrition right, making sure we get consistent movement, nurturing our social bonds, and finding a real sense of life or purpose.
Let's just zoom in on one of those for a second. Bonds. It's so easy to think of health as this solo mission, right? But it turns out the quality of our relationships, that feeling of connection to other people, is an absolute bedrock pillar of our personal health. We're wired for connection, and we just can't thrive without it. And this is where it all scales up. When we really focus on these pillars, especially during childhood, we're not just helping one person. It's a chain reaction. A healthy childhood makes for a healthy adult. And a bunch of healthy adults, well, they build a healthy society. It's a true investment in our shared future. So as we start to wrap this up, I want to leave you with one final and really empowering idea. Yeah, our foundations were laid a long time ago, but we're not just stuck with them. We are the architects of our own health, right here, right now. Every single day, we're standing at a fork in the road. And our choices, the little ones, what we eat, if we go for a walk, who we call, how we breathe when we're stressed, each choice nudges us down one of 2 paths. One path leads toward more balance and health, and the other leads toward imbalance and disease. And that power to choose our direction, that is all ours. And that really brings us to this profound thought from Mahatma Gandhi. If we want a healthier world, a more balanced world, it doesn't start somewhere out there. It starts right here. It starts with each of us making the choice, day by day, to walk the path toward our own integral health. We have to become that change. Thanks so much for joining me.